is a beautiful and iconic story of Funmilayo Ransome-Kuti, produced by Bolanle Austin Peters. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mariana Oji. I'm right here on the red carpet to bring you all the gist tonight. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel great. I feel elated to have been here tonight. I mean, I'm coming to see the story of Funmilayo Ransome-Kuti in storytelling terms, in terms of on screen, is something fascinating. I mean, the new generation may not really understand what the story means to Nigerians, and so I really want to see the magic. And considering the fact that this is coming from Bolanle Austin Peters, I've worked with her closely, so I can tell you that whatever she's coming out with is going to be well researched, magical, and of course, great cinematography.
And seeing that such a real life story is now translated into a production, what do you have to say about it?
I feel so proud because the women of today need to know that they're great heroines have come before them. They need to know that the story is not just about now. It started a long time ago. The people who laid them on the path, who laid the path for them to be able to be free, to be able to express themselves today. They're leaders in the past. So it's just nice for them to know that, to see the story and see how it pans out, so that they can also aspire to lead some other people in the future.
I appreciate the idea of giving out the stories of those heroes. You understand? Starting from this one, let me put it that way, because we haven't seen any yet, and I hope you're going to see it. Well, I won't say much because I'm part of the production. I would just love people to watch and see what is in there, the message there, and someone we are trying to preach in terms of the less privileged people out there.
Without mixing words, I feel Bolanle Austin Peters qualifies for both the Gen Z and the old era. I mean, considering our pattern of plays over time, so they can relate. I'm sure that there should be a middle ground, a balance, where everybody will meet. So that's exactly what I'm here to see tonight. How the new generation can actually relate to the story more. So, I mean, I've seen the trailer and I can tell that the choice of actors were carefully selected, and I'm not expecting nothing but magical from them. Magic performance.
You see, there's so many exceptional people in the family that you sort of get accustomed to the very incredible accomplishments,
Yes.
But hers is very special in the sense that she was first a woman doing things that were very unexpected of her at a period of time that was very difficult for everybody, and she stood above all expectations with God knows how many adversaries that she was dealing with, as the movie very much details. She did the impossible, and that is something that is incredibly special. So I think not just me as a member of the family, but the entire country can learn a lot from her. And I'm glad that this movie is happening now, so a lot of people learn that she did not just drive a car. There was much more to what she contributed to, Abeokuta and beyond.
I'm fantastic. I mean, it just won Best Writing in VCA, so I am sure that it's going to be an amazing one to watch.
I'm elated that Nigerian history is being told, and told from an educated perspective, and it gives people time to reflect on what Nigeria used to be and what we hope it will become in the near future.
One of the weirdest thing about Funmilayo Ransome-Kuti's story is that to a lot of young Nigerians, in fact to most Nigerians, she's just popularly known as the woman who was the first lady to drive a car. And that is like a very small fraction of who she was and what she stood for. So I'm hoping that with this film, we're going to get a chance to show Nigerians that, and the rest of the world, that what we had was truly an icon across board. It wasn't just in the fact that she drove a car. Do you understand? So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, I think we need to start telling our stories, which most of the filmmakers and African producers are doing, taking ownership of our narrative. Before we would like to tell very funny stories, and then the Oyibo people will be telling our own stories. So now we're taking ownership. They don't steal it. They tell it as it is. And I'm happy that this is coming out.
I was excited. I mean, we need more stories about powerful women in Nigeria. It also helps to put perspective in terms of where we're coming from. I mean, a lot of people are not as exposed to Nigerian history, so projects like this I think are very timely.
Well, I feel like I was saying earlier, I feel really excited to be part of the very first people that are experiencing this movie. It's a very important story, and I'm glad that it's being told, and it's also being told by a woman. and I'm really excited that we're doing this tonight, and people across Nigeria will get to experience this movie and see this movie.
It's awesome, like we love the story about a strong woman. She's an icon that doesn't necessarily get the recognition that she deserves. A lot of people don't know why she is so iconic, so it's great to have a film that sheds light on that.
Talking about women in leadership and seeing that this film is in the cinema, do you think that there will be a time where women would be president in Nigeria?
Absolutely. Definitely, I do see that coming.
And you feel like this generation, this very progressive generation, would agree or would relate to this story that has been told in the past?
I mean, they have no option than to agree with it because it happened, so what's there to argue about?
And they would relate with it, the Gen Zs, I mean.
Gen Zs, they will relate with it. I mean, if it's Gen Zs, they are fighting for themselves. Why can't you fight for women?
Do you feel like this very present generation will understand the story that is coming to screen?
This very present generation, yeah, I would say maybe 80%, but I'm very sure like most of us have read the story in books and we've been taught in schools, so yeah.
Yes, there are issues that we are still facing right now. It hasn't changed. I mean, it's not like then because of the whole, but yes, there are issues that we still face right now. So yes, I think everyone can still relate to what is going on, or what was going on then is still going on.
I'm hoping they do, because they need to. They need to understand how great this nation is. They need to understand how great our heroes are and how much our heroes have touched the whole world, not just Nigeria. We've done things that have accommodated so many things in the whole world. So we can't just be shrunk. We've got to change our thinking. So the younger generation, I hope they'll begin to understand and open up and and wake up. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they would connect well to this story. Like I said, I think this is a perfect time for this story to be told, because there's a lot going on right now in society in Nigeria, and I think that this is a perfect time for a story like this to be told. And I think that we will be able to connect to it. Yes.
What's that one thing that you love about her story?
I mean, everything that she achieved. The first woman to ever drive a car. She was obviously a woman of strong character, and it just makes me so proud that we have that story that we can call our own and talk about our matriarchs, our powerful women. We didn't just start being powerful women today; we've always been. So I really sort of relate to her story and find it an inspiration. I'm so excited to be here as well because of that.
I have just one question more. Do you think anybody in our recent society embodies that same persona as
Well, a couple of people do, maybe not out there as she is or she was. I don't have to start mentioning names, but over time, the societal ills that we are experiencing, the menace in the society, had actually contaminated the system and the personalities apparently. So rather than having people who would stand tall and shoulders high like Funmilayo Ransome-Kuti, some have got to compromise, because of the pressures of the society. So I still feel we have people who embody that kind of characters.
Do you think a woman will ever rule the country as a president?
Well, I mean, equality is sacrosanct, but I can't tell when. I mean, Nawar El-Sadawi wrote Women at Point Zero, and no one could have thought that today women would be in politics, women would be CEOs and MDs of companies and all that. So if they can, why not? I mean, they will rule one day. It's already happening in other parts of the world. So I just feel like Nigeria would have to give it a real shot without bringing in tribalism, cultural, differences or tribalism and all of that, nepotism and what have you. So I just feel women should be given the chance to rule as well. I mean, there's equality everywhere already,
Definitely. We're talking, and you see, I really believe that it will happen. How long it will take, I can't predict, because I'm not a politician and I try to stay far away from politics.
And you think you'll be in total support of that?
A woman, as long as it's the same as any gender that would decide to run. It depends on the capabilities of the person. I will not vote for a person because she's a woman, but I'll definitely vote for a woman if she's, up to the task. Same as a man.
Of course, it's inevitable. The women are becoming stronger. They're becoming more aware. The society is more allowing of women. Women are taking their places, because they're telling the story, they're pushing the narrative, and they're letting us know what's going on. So at the end of the day, trust me, I think that sometime in the not so distant future, we'll be looking at a woman president.
Absolutely. Definitely, I do see that coming.
For sure. I mean, definitely. Again, if you look back at Nigerian history, there's so many powerful women that played significant roles in government or in positions of power and control. So I definitely see that happening. We just need to tweak certain people's consciousness, and I think films like this will help to remind us just how important and capable women are.
Oh yes, I think that's coming. I think it's going to happen a lot sooner than we think. Or maybe that's just me being optimistic.
I don't know how soon, but at some point, we've had women rise to very high positions in politics in Nigeria already. So it's not as if we don't have a president. We haven't had a president, but we've had pretty high-ranking women. So I don't see why it wouldn't happen anytime soon.
I think we're a very conservative country. I'm a bit iffy about that, but I'm hoping that one day something will happen when your generation sees what's going on.
Maybe I'll be the first.
I feel like it's not even about to be in her position. I believe that we have the tools to speak up. We're in a time where the country is going through a lot. Economic downturn, bad leadership, etc. And we have so many people with their mobile phones doing nothing. This is an opportunity for you to use your voice and be a voice for change in this society where we have a lot of people that are not eager to speak up. We are seeing the moral decay that is currently going on in the society, and I believe that this is a very good opportunity as young people be inspired by this young woman. She was a woman, do you understand? And at that time, women didn't really have much of a voice, but she became a leader of her generation and stepped out. So as young people, we should learn that each and every one of us is a leader of our generation, and it's our responsibility to step out and be the change that we want to be.
To invent something, trust me, if I'm thinking about the profits, it will definitely be something technology-wise, you get what I mean? Because everybody's all about the technology right now.
I feel like they've invented everything at this point. I'm telling you, I would say a car that runs on water, but again, they already are developing those already, so I don't know.
So
or maybe like a Nigerian car that runs on water. Yes.
I don't know. Invent more money. I don't know. What would I invent? Flying cars. Everything has been invented. I don't know.
To invent something. Immortality. Nobody dies.
Nobody
dies.
Please. Bad people should die.
No. Nobody dies. Like nobody dies.
Invent a lot more of this productions to tell the history of Nigeria.
Well, I guess something that was going to make me cool all the time because I'm always hot.
Okay. All right, but Aces can do that.
No, not outside as we are. So yeah, something, I can't think of anything right now. Thank you.
Have a wonderful evening.
All right, thanks.